Hello my lovely viewers. In today's video we want to look at the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride, aqueous sodium chloride, and brine. Brine means concentrated sodium chloride. So there are three things that we want to look at: NaCl in molten. We look at NaCl in aqueous and NaCl in what? Concentrated. These are the three major things we want to look at. Now, before going into that, let me draw simple electrolytic cell. We have the negative side there is called the cathode, while the positive side there is called the anode. We have the cathode and the anode, and mind you, the positive ion will always migrate towards a negative cathode, while the negative ion will migrate towards a anode, that is a positive anode. Now let's go to the first one. Electrolysis happen in two forms. We have molten and aqueous. Molten and aqueous. Now, in molten form of sodium chloride, it means that you apply heat to it. When you apply heat to it, this sodium chloride will break down to form different ion. Na plus what? Plus chlorine ion. Look at what is going to form here. This is the electrolysis of what? Electrolysis of molten. This one will melt. All right, it will melt. Now, what are the equation form? Sodium here is positive, will migrate towards the cathode. Are you following? And remember, at the cathode, reduction occur at the cathode. When you remember this one, cryo. Cathode, reduction. Anode, oxidation. Cathode, reduction. Anode, oxidation. When you remember this word, cathode, reduction, anode, oxidation. Cathode, reduction, anode, oxidation. Are you following? Now, the one that are positive will migrate towards this negative cathode. The one that are negative will migrate towards this positive anode. Do you understand? Now, the equation will be from the sodium here, sodium that will migrate towards this cathode, reduction will take place. How will reduction take place? You have sodium ion plus what? You need one electron to balance to form what? Sodium metal. Sodium metal is formed at the what? At the cathode. This is the equation of what? At the cathode. At the cathode. Do you understand? This is the equation. Now at the anode, remember, the negative ion will migrate towards what? Towards the anode, and oxidation will take place. Now this chlorine ion will migrate towards what? Towards this anode, and of course chlorine gas is formed. Chlorine is what? Gas is formed. So for us to balance it, we need to add what? Add 2 electrons here, and of course we add 2 electrons here. This is the equation that happened at the what? At the anode, and this is the equation that happened at the what? At the cathode. Do you understand? Now, this is the electrolysis of what? Of molten sodium chloride. Let's go to the electrolysis of aqueous. Aqueous means you dissolve sodium chloride in water. When it is dissolved in water, what happened to it? The second one, what you have is that sodium chloride and what? You have water. Do you understand? Now, sodium will dissociate to give you sodium ion and plus what? Chlorine ion. Likewise, water here, because it dissolves in water, it will form what? hydrogen ion plus what? Hydroxyl ion. And when two ions are formed like this, it is only one will migrate. Remember, they will always migrate towards this one. There are two negative charge here and two positive charge. One must be selected. One must be selected. And it now depends. There are three major things that you need to know. If the electrolysis that in aqueous solution, we have three things to consider. One, the preferential discharge of the ion. Two, the concentration of the electrolyte. Three, the nature of the electrode. There are three major things to consider during the electrolysis of aqueous solution. Are you following? Aqueous solution means that you add something to it. It is either you make it in a concentrated form or you make it in what? In a lesser form, that is dilute it. All right, so we have the reactivity series, the activity series of this one. Remember, according to reactivity series, we have the positive ion, we have potassium. After potassium, we have sodium ion. After sodium, we have calcium ion. After calcium, we have magnesium ion. After magnesium ion, we have aluminum ion. After magnesium ion, we have zinc ion. After zinc ion, we have lead ion. After lead ion, we have what? We have hydrogen ion. After hydrogen ion, we now have what? We have copper ion. We have copper ion. Zinc ion lead. Zinc ion lead. We have what? We have ion, hydrogen ion, we have copper ion. Let me stop there. All right, now in the case of anion, we have sulfate ion, we have nitrate ion, we have chlorine ion, we have bromine ion, and we have what? We have hydroxyl ion. These are the ion. Are you following? The positive and the negative. Now in the electrolysis of aqueous, the one that are lower in the activity series will be preferred to be what? To be discharged. If you look at sodium and hydrogen, remember this is the one that are higher. We have potassium followed by this one. As you go down now, the reactivity what? Decreases. Likewise, this one now. Oh, this one is minus, sorry. Likewise, this one now, as you go down now, the reactivity what? Decreases. So in the case of this one now, if we compare sodium, both of them, look at sodium and hydrogen will both go to what? To the cathode. Are you following? But one of it must be discharged. One of it must be selected. Now, among sodium and hydrogen, which one will be selected? Which one will be what? Selected. Now, for you to know the one that will be selected, you go to their reactivity series. So the one that is less reactive is the one that will be what? That will be preferred. So sodium is here and hydrogen is here. So hydrogen will be preferred because sodium is higher in reactivity series than what? Than hydrogen. So in the one that will migrate towards this side, it will be what? It will be hydrogen. So we take hydrogen at the cathode. At the cathode, what will happen? We have, so I told you that hydrogen ion will give what? Plus electron will give what? Give you hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas will be formed just like chlorine gas is formed. So we need to do what? Balance our equation here. Do you understand? look at what will happen here. And of course we have what? Two electron here. So hydrogen gas is what? Is evolved at the what? At the cathode. Is being released at the what? At the cathode during the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. Aqueous sodium chloride. Are you following? Now at the anode, now look at the anode, the one that are negative will migrate towards the anode, and when they migrate, they will be what? They will be oxidized. Remember, at the cathode they will what? They will get reduced. At the anode they will get what? Oxidized. Are you following? Now looking at this one, now we have OH and chlorine. Which one will be preferred to be what? To be discharged? If you now go, remember this one is dilute. Dilute means that the concentration is not high. Do you understand? The concentration is not what? High. So chlorine and hydrogen ion, which one would be preferred? If you look at chlorine here and hydrogen ion here, chlorine is higher in series than what? Than hydrogen ion. Are you following? Therefore, because the concentration is low, hydrogen ion that is lower in series will be preferred to what? To be discharged. Will be preferred to be what? To be discharged. Chlorine, the concentration of this one is not high enough for it to what? To be discharged. Do you get that? Now we now balance our equation. We now say at the anode. At the anode, what is formed? We have OH here minus. We'll give you what? Give oxygen gas plus what? Plus water is formed. Are you following? Now, what then happens? You need to what? Balance your equation. Now, remember, hydrogen group here is what? Is 2. Is minus. So, add our 4 electron. And here our 4 electron. This will make our equation. Yeah, water will be what? Water will be 2. 2 in front. 2 moles of what? Water. Are you following? So, oxygen here is what? 2, oxygen here 2. So it's this balance. So this is the equation that you see at the what? At the anode during the electrolysis of what? Of aqueous sodium chloride. Electrolysis of what? Aqueous sodium chloride. Now we now go to what? The electrolysis of the third one, concentrated sodium chloride, which is called brine. Concentrated sodium chloride is called brine. Anytime you hear electrolysis of brine, it means that the concentration form of what? Sodium chloride. Are you following? Now at the concentration, we still have the same thing. All right, we still have the same thing. Now this one concentrated will also have sodium chloride. Concentrated means that it is concentrated, not that it is not mixed. All right, the concentration will be what? Concentration of sodium chloride is H2O. Remember, you add it in water, but the concentration of the electrolyte is high. Are you following? So the ion that will produce, of course, we have sodium ion plus what? Chlorine ion. Here we have what? We have H ion plus what? OH ion. Okay. Now, because the concentration is high, what you are looking at is not the concentration of this sodium, chlorine and OH, the one that will be preferred to be what? To be discharged. Of course, here, you know that hydrogen is what? Is lower in series. Therefore, hydrogen will be what? Preferred to be what? To be discharged. Concentrated, it means that the concentration of this one and this one are more. Are you following? Therefore, remember, the positive ion will migrate towards the cathode. So we say at the cathode, so this one, but because the concentration of chlorine is higher than, because the brine means concentrated means the concentration of chlorine here is higher. So we now have what? We will first of all look at the anode. Sorry, at the cathode, what happened? Positive ion will migrate. So we have what? Hydrogen ion will go to give what? Hydrogen gas. So here will be what? We have 2 here. We have what? 2 electrons. This is what will happen at the what? At the cathode. Then at the anode, what will happen? At the anode, This one will be preferred to be what? To be discharged because it is in a concentrated form. Are you following? So we now have what? Chlorine ion will give you what? Give you chlorine gas plus what? You add what? 2 electrons. Here will be what? 2. This is what will be formed during the electrolysis of what? Brine. Because the concentration here of chlorine is higher. That is why it will be preferred to be what? To be discharged. Remember, I told you that there are 3 major things for you to look at. 1, the position of the ion in the reactivity series, which we have looked at the reactivity series here. Number 2, the concentration of the electrolyte. In the case of this one, chlorine is more concentrated, therefore chlorine will be preferred to be discharged. And the third one is the nature of the electrode. Nature of the what? Electrode. So for more of this video, do well to like the video, share and comment.